Sarah. Good morning, hey to our friends on Facebook. So, Maria Findakakis, hello. This is a great conversation that you will enjoy, I'm sure. G'day, Tay. So just tune in and write down, what is one word to describe how you're feeling this morning? I'd love to know, excuse me. And to our friends on Facebook, thanks for tuning in. What's one word to describe how you are this morning? I'm feeling energized too, Tay. Thanks for saying so. Brendan, g'day, great to have you here. How was your weekend, everybody? How was show day on the weekend? Kate is ready for a great weekend. Awesome. Yeah, I had an amazing weekend. I've completed 4 weeks of an 8-week training program and got my halfway results, which are fantastic. I've shaved 4 years off my biological age. I've gone from 30% body fat to 24.7%, which is pretty cool. G'day, Kazi. Great to have you here. Taylor's ready. Awesome. I think I said that before. So I can't see who's on Facebook yet. It's still loading and any comments, but just write down one word to describe how you are. So Mindset Mastery Mondays, where I come on and just provide free peak performance coaching for real estate professionals, just to give you a hand, a raft, some support to help you grow your team or your business. I'm particularly interested in leadership. Because I've always been interested in leadership, but from research that we've done, we know that only 24% of real estate leaders in Australia and New Zealand have had any kind of leadership or business management training. And this is a direct correlation between the performances of business. So only 23% of businesses 18 months ago were seeing any kind of growth over 10%. We've had 17,000 real estate agents leave the country, leave the industry since 2017. In many cases, that's a good thing, because a lot of them were very transactional, only in it to make a quick buck. And the ones that are really going to succeed are the ones that play the long game and are willing to, work the marathon. Now, I was reflecting over leadership over the weekend, and I really believe that we absolutely need to elevate the state of leadership in this industry. And I was also thinking about, what is the number one thing that's getting in the way of teams and businesses and brands and franchises making good money? And here's my thought. Finally, Facebook has jumped on. Karen, g'day, great to have you here. Michael, wonderful to have you. Greg, good morning. As always, thank you for tuning in. Please type in what is one word to describe how you're feeling this morning so I can check in. So here's my thought on the number one mindset mistake that real estate leaders are making in our country today. Their mindset, and I see this at an executive director level, right? So those that have major national and international franchises, I see this as at an individual independent brand level. G'day, Class A Energy Solutions, great name. Good morning, Joanne. Can't wait to do your session today. Jesse, good morning to you. The number one mistake I believe real estate leaders, whether you're an executive director, principal director, leader of a brand, an independent agency, sorry, itchy ear, is that you have a mindset that your people are a hindrance rather than a help. I'll say that again, that you believe your people are a hindrance rather than a help. And how do we know that is actually true for you? You complain about the performance and productivity of your people. You don't take responsibility for the individual and collective results of your team. And you don't demonstrate that you value and appreciate your people. And I see this happening all the time. Leaders at an executive level, an independent level, at an office level, at a department level, complain. G'day, Lloyd. Great to have you here. Paula Beavers, good morning. Thanks for tuning in. One word to describe how you are feeling. Also, one word to write down live if you're watching this live or watching the record. Too many leaders complain about their people and their lack of performance. My humble opinion is that your people's productivity and performance is a direct result and correlation of the quality of your leadership. And if you're a leader and you're watching this, I invite you to have a little honest reality check with yourself today and ask yourself, have you been complaining about the performance or lack thereof of your people? Have you started just talking about you got to recruit a whole bunch of more people, which is fine. I know it's like number one on most people's strategies for growth this year, but please don't forget the power of retention. Your people, yes, are your biggest liability. They're your biggest expense item, but please remember they are your greatest asset. And too many leaders have never been taught how to treat their people like the greatest asset. And this is what is getting in the way. Friggin' awesome. Sort of one word. Of course it's one word. Friggin' awesome. Lloyd's friggin' awesome. Hey, David Knox. Oh my God. Hi from USA. Good morning, my friend. What time is it there? Fiona Knight's here. Good morning, live. Peter here is accountable. Ah, awesome. Is that how you feel this morning, Peter? You feel accountable? Patty Smith's tuning in. I want your feedback on what I'm saying here. Do you agree with me? Do you have a different opinion? What do you believe is the number one issue that for real estate leaders today? As I said, in my humble opinion, I see too many leaders, especially at a very influential level, executive directors of franchises, directors and principals, complain. It's 5:08 p.m. here. Great to see you. You too, my friend. We should do a Skype because I've been feeling the USA in my waters. I'm going to come and do some stuff over there. We're having some conversations for next year, David. So if you'd love to talk about that, let's do that. Let's bring some Aussie energy to the USA. Patty's saying, you're awesome. Good morning. Increasing the tribe members, difficult is easier than recruiting other agent. Oh, listen, Michael, fantastic feedback. What is he saying here? Increasing a tribe member's output is easier than recruiting another. So many principals and leaders that I'm speaking with at a national and international level at the moment, as I said, their number one strategy is recruitment. I'm actually going to be doing a website about this because there are so many mistakes being made about recruitment and there is so much ignorance around retention. The answer is not necessarily go and recruiting more human beings because that's more human beings to manage. Definitely it's part of the strategy, but don't ignore the people that are already in your business. And if you are a leader and you have a business, the quality of the performance of your people is a direct result of your leadership. It is all energy, my friends. And I hear too many leaders always also say, oh, don't worry about them, they're dead wood. Well, were they dead wood when they joined your business? Did you hire dead wood? Or did you just leave them there to, just to exist in the corner without being fueled by the flames of your leadership and achieving the results that they desire? So that is my humble opinion on the number one mindset shift. Your people are not a hindrance. They are a help, and they'll only help you if you have 6 fundamental factors in place, which I'm going to share now. David Knox, let's get you into our TV studio. Oh, yes, of course. Let's do that for sure. They let their staff get away with being untrained and not having clear goals. Peter, AM, brother, AM. Amen, brother, AM and amen. I agree with you. There's a massive lack of accountability. Oh, okay, that's what you were referring to before. What do you think on Instagram? Tell me, what do you think is the biggest issue that leaders are demonstrating today, and how is it impacting your performance? Or if you're a leader, if you look at yourself, what can you be accountable and responsible for? Your people are the biggest expense item in your P&L. In many cases, it can be up to 70% of your expenses. But when was the last time you made them feel valued, you made them feel appreciated, you made them feel important, you shared your vision with them, you got interested in their lives, in what they're up to? And where are you just walking past them and treating them like furniture? It is an epidemic. And I know that's a big word and a massive statement, but it's true because I see it every single day and every single week. Take care of your employees and they will take care of your customers, David. Absolutely. Richard Branson's philosophy is the same. And I think he does pretty good for himself, as do you, David. Here's my humble belief. When we treat our people like gold, they'll treat the consumer and the end user like gold as well. When your people feel that their future and the fulfillment of their future exists in the marrow of your bones, and they get that when you wake up, you are in full-blown service of them being happy and deeply fulfilled by virtue of choosing to work and play in your brand, magic happens, my friends. But if you're walking around bitching, whinging, moaning and complaining about the lack of productivity and performance of your people, and you are not taking responsibility for that environment, I don't think you're an effective leader. I think you need to take a look in the mirror and look at what is going on in your business. Peter, great to have you here. Quality over quantity, I agree. Mark Novak, great to have you here. I'm a bit flary here on Instagram. So, Lloyd, if the person who works at your company is not appreciated, they are not going to do things with a smile. Yeah, and they're not going to do things with any energy, Lloyd. So that's the biggest mistake that I think people are making. Clients do not come first, employees come first. You take care of your employees, they take care of your clients. Richard Branson quote, one-on-one. Absolutely, it's all energy. I'm 47 now, although my biological age thinks I'm 43 after training at F45 for 4 weeks. Hey, Mark, how are you, gorgeous? When I started my leadership training at the age of 16, when I started my training management program, the first speaker that got up in a year-long training said these words: a fish stinks from the head first. And I didn't know what that actually really meant at 16 and a half. But what it means is, as you will know, everything stinks from the head down. But too many leaders just don't take responsibility for the culture and the environment of their people. So I want to hear your opinions. What do you think are the biggest problems that leaders are manifesting? Now, here's the other thing I will say, though. I believe everyone works to the level of the consciousness they have at the time. I believe that everyone works with their best intentions, even leaders that aren't valuing their people. They just haven't had the skills and the training, and they just don't have the competencies yet to know how to value people. And there are 5 key ways that you can demonstrate value and appreciation and love to your people. If you're not driving, grab a pen and paper and write these down. If you are a leader, I really invite you to look at what you can do around these 5 things today as you walk into your business. Michael is saying, do you think you can coach someone that doesn't want to be coached? No. You have to be, you can have a fixed mindset, Michael, or a closed mindset. So what you need to establish first is you got to get interested in, why is that individual not willing to be coached? What is the environment like? Have you established trust? It's really important. If people aren't open and willing to be transparent with you, if you're a leader, and they're not coachable, I would get curious. I wouldn't blame them. I would get curious. What is it in this environment, in my leadership or in our relationship, that has them unwilling to be coached, that has them not interested in being contributed to? Am I approachable and attainable and open and vulnerable as a leader? Do I embrace mistakes and make it safe to stuff up? Do my people feel that they can come to me with anything? If not, get curious. Really get curious. So yeah, get curious, Michael. Why is that person not coachable? Often people aren't coachable too. Thanks for asking this question. I think it's really important, because they get defensive, and they get defensive because they feel they have to protect themselves. They feel they have to protect themselves because they feel under attack. And many people who have leaders that want to hold people accountable feel like it's a big brother mentality. That's why there's not a lot of accountability in this industry, is because leaders don't have the skills and competencies to hold people accountable without feeling like big brother, and people just aren't willing to be held responsible. This is why you must establish goal congruency from the get-go in your relationship. If you employ people, you have to know, how much money do you want to make at the end of this financial year? And more importantly, Michael, why? What's the leverage? What's at stake? What do you desire? As I said before, when your people feel like the fulfillment of their future, their hopes and dreams manifested, exists in the marrow of your bones, they'll show up and they will turn themselves inside out to deliver great productivity and performance for you and your clients and your people. Curious, great word. Isn't that a great word? It's very Alice in Wonderland. Curiouser and curiouser. So the 5 languages of love appreciation. This is from the book, The 5 Love Languages. In order, because when I survey real estate businesses and agency, this is the #1 way that people want to be loved and appreciated in your business. Words of affirmation. Say thank you. Stop and give specific feedback. Well done navigating, that tricky tenant on the phone to your property manager. Congratulate, when a sales agent does a really great negotiation and supports a client through making a price adjustment decision. Catch people out doing good things on a regular basis. That's the number one thing. And the good thing about that is absolutely free. It costs nothing to reflect the greatness of others, but it is priceless. And it fuel injects people to have them feel like they are seen and heard, they're important, and they're valued, number one. Number two, in no particular order, quality time. If you're a leader and you're not spending one-on-one time with your people, whether it's weekly, fortnightly, quarterly, monthly, whatever it is, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to get interested and invest in them, raising their productivity and performance, morale, and culture in your business. Tangible gifts. Some people actually like a physical gift. Could be something small or more significant based on reward and recognition. Could be bonuses. It could be chocolate, could be massage, get your hair, nails done, a round of golf, whatever. Some people love that. Acts of service. That's when you help someone do something. Maybe someone's got 6 open for inspections on a Saturday and you give them a hand to pack their car or, have their car cleaned so they've got one less thing to do. Good morning, Sarah Cooper. Great to have you here. Please let me know which one of these 5 languages of love and appreciation do you think are missing that you could introduce in your business? Finally, it's physical touch and affection. Obviously needs to be appropriate in the workplace, but it could be a touch on the shoulder, fist bump, or a hug if there's mutual consent, right? Because some people actually feel loved and appreciated through physical touch. So words of affirmation, quality time, tangible gifts, acts of service, or physical touch and affection. Which one could you introduce into your business? And if you want to reverse engineer it to get maximum return on human investment, send your people the quiz. There's a free quiz that you can do when you Google the 5 love languages quiz. You can send it out to your people and you will know when it comes back how they feel loved and appreciated, and then you can reverse engineer your treatment of value in accordance to what they appreciate. Oops, didn't mean to laugh. You can laugh, Sarah. Laugh, it's a good thing. It's contagious and it opens our minds to learn. So leaders who think that their people are a hindrance rather than a help, they're the ones that won't have a great culture. The 6 fundamentals that great leaders do, including value their people and reverse engineer their love and appreciation in accordance to their people's love language. Hey, Alana, I love the spelling, Alana, is this. Great leaders have a clear vision. They have clear values and they have a clear strategic direction to fulfill it, and their people are engaged and they have goal congruency. Great leaders engage with their people. They demonstrate those 5 languages of appreciation. They sit down and have quality conversations and spend quality time with their people. They don't treat them like dead wood. They get curious around why their people aren't either coachable or aren't participating or aren't showing up to your team meetings or your awards days or nights. They actively look at how to build engagement with their people. Great leaders embody the core values. You don't believe the message unless you believe the messenger. Is this making sense? Please let me know if this is making sense. If your leaders are preaching what you should be doing as a team member and they're not doing it themselves, that lacks integrity, and people don't buy into leaders that have a lack of integrity. You just have to look at what's going on in politics to see that strategy doesn't work. As a leader, you must embody the values that you say your business upholds. Good on you, Jen. Thank you. Empower. Great leaders consistently empower their people to actually rise and thrive. They have reverse engineered performance development plans based on their skills and competencies. They do what I call asset mapping, which means they get the great performers of their business, their teams, to share what they're doing to produce great results. They share the good stuff, and they do invest, whether it's time, money, energy, training, courses, for their people. Because let me tell you one thing, your people will leave you if they're not progressing. The key to happiness is progress. You would know this, David. You're an amazing coach. Hey, Simon, great to have you here. So if your people aren't progressing on your watch, they're going to look over the fence and the grass will definitely be greener. And the grass is greener over the other side because the leader is watering it. The leader is fertilizing it. The leader is investing in nurturing and nourishing their people. rather than judging them for not being effective. Does this make sense? Please let me know. What are you hearing for yourself as a leader? Type in. If you're an emerging leader, what am I sharing that resonates with you that you think, yeah, I really need to be mindful of that when I open my own office or start my own brand or create my own team? Curious to hear what's resonating with you. Oh, you're very welcome, David. My pleasure. Great leaders also evaluate. This, when I did this international research project, the state of leadership across Australia and New Zealand, there's a 44-page document, a bit of bedtime reading, available on my website, or there's a 4-page executive summary. Out of these 6 fundamental practices of envision, engage, embody, empower, evaluate, where I'm up to, we don't do this very well. Do you know how many leaders talk to their people about prospect, yet they have no idea what the listing conversion rate is when they're in the living room and the lounge room? We could just be busy being busy and be super ineffective. As a leader, you must get curious, Michael, around how your people are performing. How effective are they connecting? How effective are they at actually landing the appraisal and getting the authority signed when they're in the home? Don't then send them out to prospect 10 times more if you're not measuring how effective they are when they're in the sanctuaries of those that they serve. So evaluate is critical. And you're not only evaluating performance in a sales perspective, you want to evaluate what is the energetic temperature gauge of your business. When you walk into your office, what is the body language of your people? What are the quality of the conversations? Are we complaining about the past or dreaming up the future? What is the, are people slouched over? Are they happy? Are they engaged? Are they productive? What is the level of absenteeism in your business? And what is the level of presenteeism? Meaning people are there, they're physically there, but they're not on. They're not inspired, they're not switched on, they're not engaged. This is all a direct result of your leadership. It's all on your watch. So get curious. Why are your people not alive, not inspired, and not setting their community on fire together with you? It will all be in your leadership. Evaluate is critical, and it's not just P&L. It's not just dollars and cents. It's energy, because people buy people, not products. They buy your energy. Your people buy into your energy as a leader. Your vendors and buyers buy into the energy of your team, and you can influence the energy of your people. Jacinta, good morning to you, my friend. Joanne, great to have you here as well. Write to me. What are you getting? What are you hearing? The sixth, so we've got envision, engage, empower, envision, engage, embody, empower, evaluate, and finally the 6th step that great leaders have is encourage. Even when the market's tough, even when times are changing and challenged, they are the consistent beam of light that's talking about what's possible. They are always looking at asking themselves, not why me, but what is the lesson? What are we learning? There are people, I have clients that are achieving 54, 56, 67, in some cases 90% growth in exactly the same markets where people are going out of business. Why is it? It's mindset. Are you hardwired for suffering, or are you hardwired for success? So leaders, or if you have a leader, please know you must shift your mindset that your people are a hindrance and not a help. To your people are your biggest asset. They are the greatest commodity in your business. And when they feel that you feel that, something happens, magic happens. So get curious, walk into your business today and take notice of the physical body language of your people. Listen to the quality of the conversations, evaluate people's performance, and everything that's happening in your business. If you're an effective leader, you will take 100% responsibility for. Stop focusing on recruiting for greater results and it's definitely part of the strategy. As I said, I'm doing a webinar on this soon, but get interested in retention. Hey, Simon, great to have you here. Simon Maguire. Does this make sense? Now, as I said, the quality of your people is a direct result of the quality of your leadership. Just tell me, what did you hear for yourself today? What did you get out of this session? What are you going to take into your business? Or what are you going to share with your leader, share with your colleagues? I'm curious. Let me know. I'm also curious to know, what is the quality of the leadership in your business right now? Now, you might be a business of one. You might be a listing selling agent. Then get curious. What is your energy level like? Would you buy a house off you? Would you read your own emails? Would you want to sit down and have a coffee with you? And if not, why not? And if you're a leader, do you think that your people are genuinely interested in coming to work and helping you build whatever vision that you say you have? And do you have a vision? Because as international leadership expert Brendan Burchard says, without a vision, people perish. When leaders help their people get clear on their individual vision, and they can see that by virtue of working in their business, there is a direct pathway to fulfill on that vision, that's when cohesive and synergistic magic happens, and you've got two energetic forces working together for a win-win-win for everyone, especially the end user, the consumer. So I hope you got some value out of that. Thank you for choosing to spend your precious time with me this Monday morning, or if you're David Knox in the UK, your precious afternoon. Time is something you can't get back, so I appreciate you investing it with us. Hey, Kara Lee, great to have you here. I'm very curious. I'd love to hear from you. What are the biggest challenges you're experiencing as a real estate leader? Please DM me on Facebook or write comments, or DM me here on Instagram. I'm 100% here to be of service to you. And I really, my passion and purpose is to elevate the state of leadership and elevate the state of our minds so we can be greater leaders, greater teams, and deliver greater service to those communities we have the privilege to serve. So thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. I will be back live 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday for Rapid Fire Friday, where I reflect on all the key coaching themes for the week and share rapid fire tips to give you a raft to achieve success, especially if you're not in a position to invest in a one-on-one coach. David Knox, thank you, Tanj. Good presentation. Love to include you in our online training. Let's set up a Skype, my friend. It would be my honor to be part of your tribe and to contribute to your people. Absolutely. Thank you for the privilege. I will be in touch today and we'll send up a Zoom call for sure. Finally, in the words of the late, great Maya Angelou, remember, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Don't forget, real estate is supporting people in making big decisions for their lives. Being a leader is about supporting people to build, wealth and sustainability. Don't underestimate the power that you have to influence the experience of life of others. Go be great. Do something great for yourself and others today. I love you. Go well. See you live 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday here on Facebook and Insta. David Knox, Zoom call with you and I this week. Much love, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Have an amazing week. Susan Britcher, thanks for tuning in. We are just wrapping up, but you can watch the record. By the way, if you would like to be part of our email tribe and get this content and the podcast delivered to your inbox with no spam or free set of steak knives every single week, let us know by typing in your email address in the comments on Facebook, or certainly DM me here on Instagram, where you can go straight to the link in my Insta bio and you can subscribe to our email tribe there. Nothing but the good stuff shared to you. Have a beautiful week. I love you. Go well. We'll speak soon. Ciao for now.